Hey folks, that dense fog advisory that was issued earlier has now been expanded to include Willacy and Cameron counties, not just the immediate coast, basically along and east of I-69E. That's where fog is most likely to form and become quite dense before the night's over with. It's in effect now until 6 a.m. There could be patchy fog in other locations as well, but this is where the advisory is, and this is where the thick stuff is most likely. Check the visibility. As you can see this one little area right at the coast, 0.3 of a mile, just over 1/4 of a mile of visibility. That's the Cameron County Airport there in Bayview, just to the north of Laguna Vista. That's where that sensor is. But you see the island also seeing limited visibility today. The fog just didn't burn off at the coast. The clouds just didn't go away. The rest of us got sunshine. On the island, not so much. The next couple of days, I think we start with clouds each morning. This is Future Track, shows them thickening up overnight, a little fog, but during the daytime tomorrow, clouds thin out. Still probably see more clouds at the coast than anywhere else, but at least a mixture of clouds and sun in most locations. And with that, temperatures are going to warm up. We're going to be back in the 80s tomorrow and probably most of the rest of the forecast period, including Friday. Mix of clouds and sun again. Our front not going to make it. It gets close to the north of us. Might trigger a couple showers to the north, but probably nothing here. It's going to get awfully close, maybe just south of Corpus Christi when it stops, turns back around and goes back to the north. So we should be rain free. If there's anything, it could be a brief overnight shower Friday night, but then back to partly sunny skies on Saturday. But for the most part, during the daytime hours, we should be rain free all the way into and through the weekend. Temperature wise, we have warmed up nicely today. 70s every place but the coast, 63 in Port Isabel right now. Our lows stay in the 60s all night long. Not a particularly cold night, especially not after the past few. And look at tomorrow's highs, 80s everywhere. Nice, a very warm afternoon across the area with, again, that mix of clouds and sun. Normal high 74. We're going 84, 85, 85 the next 3 days. We're not going to break any records, but we're certainly going to be above average by at least 10 degrees the rest of the week and into the weekend. So very mild weather on tap as we finish this week out. Here's a look at the rest of Texas. We're not alone in our warmth. It's 78 all the way up into Abilene and Odessa. Even Dalhart up in the Panhandle at 70 right now. So very warm air has built into the state of Texas, courtesy of that southerly wind which pushed in a big way today. That pushes the warm front out of the state by tomorrow, the warm air in the valley, and it's going to stay here until we get a cold front to come in. Well, there's one in Texas tomorrow. On Friday, it's still in Texas, but it never quite makes it into our part of Texas. It stalls just to the north of the valley, probably triggering a few showers north of the valley late Friday into early Saturday, but we should stay warm. We should stay mainly dry all the way into and through the weekend. The chillier temperatures will stay north of us. Front will wash out by about Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We're watching for another front to see if that can be any stronger than this one, but between now and then, looks like some very warm temperatures for us. At the coast, in the bay, winds out of the southeast, 10 to 15 knots, a moderate chop. UV index is high. There's a high tide that just passed a little while ago, and then a low and a high for tomorrow. Seas 2 to 4 feet. A dense fog advisory in effect. So for tonight, 67, that's your low. Late fog, drizzle, already seeing the fog at the coast. Then tomorrow we start with the clouds and fog early, then we end up with some sunshine, back to 86 degrees with winds out of the south-southeast. So we go 86, 85, 85, then we add Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in there. We stay in the mid-80s. Wednesday, another front knocks at the door, could cool things off. That's not a done deal yet, but this weekend looks like it is a done deal. The front stays to the north, and we stay in the 80s. That is your updated First Warn 5 forecast.